A narrator opens the film stating that extraterrestrials with immense intelligence have grown envious of humanity's dominion of Earth and are therefore plotting against them. Divorced longshoreman Ray Ferrier works as a crane operator at a dock in Brooklyn, New York, and is estranged from his children, 10-year-old daughter Rachel and his teenage son Robbie. Ray's pregnant ex-wife Mary Ann drops the two off at his house in Bayonne, New Jersey, on her way to visit her parents in Boston, Massachusetts. Later, a strange thunderstorm occurs during which lightning strikes multiple times into the middle of a nearby intersection, causing an EMP that instantly disables almost all electronic devices such as vehicles, phones, and watches, along with all electricity. On his way to investigate the impacts, along with many others, Ray suggests his mechanic friend Manny repair a customer's minivan by replacing the solenoid. Ray joins the crowd at the scene of the impacts, where a massive tripod war machine emerges from the ground following an earthquake, and then uses powerful energy weapons to destroy the area and disintegrate most of the witnesses into gray ash. Ray collects his children and commandeers the van Manny has repaired. He attempts to convince Manny to join them, but is forced to leave Manny behind, and he is killed when a tripod attacks. Ray drives his children to Mary Ann's empty home in suburban New Jersey to take refuge. That night, they take shelter in the basement, but they soon hear a strange roaring noise followed by an explosion that destroys the house. At daybreak, they discover that a Boeing 747 had crashed into the neighborhood. Ray meets a wandering TV news team scavenging the wreckage for food, wherein a correspondent reveals that many tripods have attacked major cities around the world, and that they have force shields that protects them from humanity's defenses. She adds that the tripod's pilots traveled to Earth within the lightning storms to enter their machines, which are presumed to have been buried underground a long time ago. Ray transports his relatives to Boston to be with their mother, but a desperate mob swarms their vehicle, forcing them to abandon it. They eventually get to a Hudson River ferry, but their hope of escaping is unfortunately destroyed when a tripod capsizes the ferry before massacring or abducting the refugees, though Ray's family manages to swim to shore. They then witness U.S. Marines engaging in a battle with some tripods. To Ray's dismay, Robbie joins the futile fight out of hatred for the invaders, leaving Ray and Rachel to flee. The Marines are obliterated, with Robbie presumed dead along with them. Shortly afterwards, the pair are offered shelter in a nearby house by a deranged former ambulance driver named Harlan Ogilvy. The three remain undetected for several hours, even as a tripod's probe and a group of aliens explore the basement. They soon discover that the aliens have started cultivating a red-colored vegetation across the landscape that is quickly spreading. Later, Harlan suffers a mental breakdown after witnessing the tripods harvesting human blood and tissue to fertilize the alien vegetation. Fearing that his mad shouting will alert the aliens, Ray reluctantly kills him. A second tripod probe then catches the Ferriers sleeping, causing Rachel to flee outside and be abducted by the tripod. Chasing after the tripod, Ray grabs a belt of grenades from an overgrown Humvee, then intentionally allows himself to be abducted. With the help of other abductees, Ray destroys the tripod from within with the grenades. Ray and Rachel eventually reach Boston, where they find the alien vegetation withering and the tripods inexplicably collapsing. When an active tripod appears, Ray notices birds landing on it, indicating that its force shields have been disabled. He alerts the soldiers escorting the fleeing crowd, who shoot it down with anti-tank missiles. As the soldiers advance on the downed tripod, a hatch opens and a pale, sickly alien struggles halfway out before dying. Ray and Rachel finally approach Mary Ann's parents' house, where they are reunited with Mary Ann and Robbie, who have somehow survived. In closing, the narrator explains that the aliens died because they were vulnerable to the countless microbes that inhabit the Earth, which God in His wisdom placed on the planet.